So the middle of the borough has been found. You can find that on our previous video on the subject, but today we're here to find the middle of the actual peninsula. Now you have voted on the fourth side of the peninsula. Where is it? Three sides of water, where's the fourth? You have decided, so now we can find the official, voted by you, the middle of the peninsula. So let's take a look at the results on the community page, and here is the winner, a clear winner. Now all opinions have their own valid reason, and they all are good ones, but this one is the most popular with basically 50% of all votes. It is of course the course of the river, which is now a canal, which goes from the River Mersey, it tells me a port, straight through to Chester. Let's take a look at the actual border. This is what has been voted for. So I've come straight into the Ellesmere Port Boat Museum. This is the start of the now Shropshire Union Canal, ex-river, which came from the bank of the Mersey at this exact point. And then it comes down, and let's follow it down now. It actually goes underneath the M53, just at the Ellesmere Port turnoff. And so as you go across that junction there, we're now leaving the peninsula. The course of the river canal now goes round and goes back under the M53 again, bringing you back onto the peninsula once again. Hence, it goes further down. Now, the river is still on the left side as you're coming out, and the right as we're looking at it. Couple of little bridges that it goes across. Weaver Bridge is one over there. And then we get to the point here. Here's Cheshire Oaks and the Cheshire Oak turnoff. And of course, the river is comes down the side of that there. So Cheshire Oaks is in the peninsula itself. The river then sort of veers off a little bit. Some great names of some of these bridges. We must go to one of these bridges actually. Denson's Bridge. Picton Lane Bridge, Meadow Lane Bridge, and it then goes underneath the M56. This is the big M56 M53 junction. It then goes back underneath the M53, bringing you back onto or leaving the peninsula again. Then heads on down. Now it goes into a little bit of no man's land in a way. Not many roads around here, just small country back lanes. It then brings you to Corkle Bridge, otherwise known as the Pretty Bridge. And this is just at the back end of Chester Zoo. Now, Chester Zoo, of course, now is not on the peninsula. I think that sounds possibly about right. It carries on again. It goes underneath Liverpool Road. And then it curves round again. Now this goes into an old, or goes through an old, now disused golf course. Which one was it called? Christleton Golf Club was it called, I think. And then down to Knowles Bridge. Underneath the A540, the Parkgate Road. Then heading down towards Blacon. Now, this is showing here that this would mean that the whole city of Chester is not on the peninsula. That sounds about right, but Blacon is. Okay. Now we bring it further down, and when we go back towards, behind the back of the university here. Now this is part of Chester here, and then so this part of Chester is on the peninsula, and of course there's the River Dee, meaning the Dee is the border, so here is the River Dee, but the river, the canal we're talking about comes into here to the this main basin here, and then flows down into the River Dee, thus completing the section between the River Mersey and the River Dee. Meaning, of course, you've got to cross water to get onto the peninsula. And that begs another question of, does that make it an island? Well, no, it really doesn't. But how wide would a river have to be to make it an island? is there a set distance, or is it just generalizing it? So that is the route of the canal itself. Now let's go and put this into the geosensor website, Wirral Peninsula, and find the exact middle. So as we did last time, we've gone to mygeosensor.com and speeded this up, and I've put in all of the coordinate points along the borders. So first of all, we're doing the 3 sides, then we'll do the river back up to West Kirby again. And as you can see, I'm putting the coordinates in that I got from Google Maps, which is where I got the actual coordinate numbers from, and they're all in red. And then the blue symbol in the middle is telling us the middle of where we have put in so far. I'm also putting in years 1. It's asking, it's a website that determines how long you've stayed at a certain place. That's what it's for, if you've lived here, there and everywhere. And I'm just keeping them all the same to make it even. So we've got down to past where the borough border was, and we're now going down following the course of the river that I've just shown you on Google Maps. And then it comes across here and heads towards Chester. Now, once we get into Chester, it goes, of course, through those lock gates, as we said before, back onto the River Dee, and heads up, skirting the course of Blacon, basically, and Sorgel as well. And that's when it's a straight line. You can miss out a large gap because it's just a straight line. Now, of course, we're following the coast, not the marshland as is drawn in white on here. You wouldn't really consider marshland to be part of the Wirral. It's part of the sea officially, I suppose. We're just following the actual coast as it kind of twists and turns about down by Burton and Neston. Now keep an eye, of course, on the blue symbol in the middle, because that's getting closer and closer and closer to the middle of the Wirral. And very soon we're going to find out, officially voted by you, where the middle is. And it's looking like it's just off the, here we go. So there we are in Williston. And we've just gone to Google Maps just to have a look at it. And it's this field here in Williston. Now we are going to head over there. And we've copied, there's me copying the coordinates so you can find it yourself exactly. And this will be available as a historical landmark on Google Maps as well. So this is Williston. Well, it's the car park by the recreation ground, and where we want to go is down this path, but you can also get to where we're going by Elm Grove and via Mill Lane on the other side. So just beyond the tennis courts are the football fields of Williston FC, and where we want to go is over through that corner there. Now just next to the spot that we're looking for is actually the windmill, the Williston windmill. No sails anymore. You can just about see it from the playing fields that we're coming in from. So you can almost say that this windmill is almost exactly where the middle is. So let's bring up where we are on the map as we walk over. You can see there, so we're in the middle of Big Meadow by Williston FC, just to the north of the main road that goes through Williston. And we're going to head through this gate and up to the next field, because the middle of the Wirral is just by those 4 lakes there. Now don't forget, if you haven't seen the old video, if we go on the map and have a look by Station Road and Staunton Road, you can see the middle of the borough, which is right there. Now this one will be available to find on Google Maps as and when this video is released. Now, as with all things when you're trying to find them, you turn around, you go the wrong way. Let's go back up to the gate and go the right way, shall we? Back onto the field, to the football ground. Of course, we're heading towards the windmill, don't forget. Let's go. Now, you have seen the middle of the borough of Wirral. You're bound to see the middle of the peninsula itself, the true middle, just over here somewhere. But also, there was a Viking Wirral. And where's the middle of that? Now, that could be another interesting place or significant place. So tune in for that one. Now, this convenient footpath takes you almost right through that middle point that we're looking for, but it is off to the right, so we're going to have a closer look when we get there. Now, as we're walking along, Williston, where we're at, or Wilverston, which was its earlier name, was of the Wirral Hundred, or the Hundred of Wilverston, and it was the peninsula's former administrative division. Just one of the hundreds of Cheshire. Now, the hundred name is often taken from the admin area taken for hundreds, suggesting that Williston was once some important post-Roman period as a meeting place for the Hundred Court. Now, of course, it's the home of the Wirral Stone, of course, or the Willis Stone. Now, did they know something we didn't? Or did we not know something that they knew? Now, we've calculated this out now, but maybe they already knew hundreds, thousands years ago. So from this path, we can't see anything, but the area is completely in private land. It looks like someone's very big back garden, but we can get a sneak preview if we go over the hedges here. And this is the location of the middle of the borough as voted by you in this field in Williston. Very bad drone impression there. So if you want to see this place on Google Maps, you can now view it as an historical landmark of the peninsula, the middle of the peninsula. Now, if you want to see the middle of the borough, now take a look at this video here, just above these goalposts, and you'll see exactly where the borough of Wirral middle is.